Hello, everyone. Welcome to Silver Crow Tarot. I'm Lindsay, and I thought I would just come on today and show a little mini haul of things that have come into my space in the last week or so. Um, I went to a local thrift store yesterday looking for basically a small little table that I wanted to put in our den, but I didn't find anything I liked, so I just walked around a bit. And of course, I always head over to the craft section and I don't know, the fabric section. And I came across a few little things and I just thought I'd share it with you. Um, this white, well, it's not really white, it's sort of a cream color, but it's embroidery. And I'm not quite sure what fabric this is on. I think it might be a cotton, but someone has embroidered on it and crocheted along the edges. There are a couple pieces that I may have to reconnect a little bit, but that's no problem. I can do that. But I thought it was just soft and pretty, and maybe I will use it as a topper for one of the spread pads. Initially, I thought when I saw a few pieces that were sort of pulling apart, and I thought, well, I could cut this and I could turn it into a journal cover, but I don't know. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but it was real pretty. And I laid out a few cards on it, and it looked lovely, so I thought maybe I'll just add this to like a cream color background and put this as the top and sew it around. I might even do some little slow stitching along the edges of it or something, and we'll see. Who knows? But that was one thing. I love going to their section because they have a lot of like doilies and lacy and handmade crochet things, and I can't resist them. The next thing I saw that caught my attention over in the napkin section, which really surprised me, I didn't iron this, I'm sorry, was this. It's a napkin, and it has, let me fold it this way so you can see it better. It has sage on it. It has black mustard, rosemary, and wild thyme. And I thought, oh, this is just so pretty. It would make a lovely journal cover. And that's was my intention, was to cut it and make two small journals out of it. But then I looked at the tag and I realized that this has never been used. It's never been washed. It's still crisp. And when I looked at the tag, I saw that it was Royal Worcester. From the Royal Worcester Limited on 7th Street and Worcester, made in England. So this will not be cut up into a journal. It's too precious to me. Were it made in China or, some other place, I may have cut it up, but I will not cut this up. So I think now I will use it for spring and summer altar cloth. I think that would be kind of pretty. Or if I'm working with any of these herbs, I don't know, maybe I can do it on here. We'll see. Who knows what will happen. But I really, really love this napkin, and it's made in England. It's so nice for me. I don't mean to bash things made in China, but all of us, all of these countries, we've outsourced everything to the cheapest possible production. And it's just nice to see something made in a specific country other than just mass produced elsewhere. My little rant, sorry. Okay, then I saw cards, and I am a sucker for cards. I'm just going to pull all the envelopes out here. Um, every time I go to this particular thrift store, I head straight to their card section. Well, if I don't head straight through it or straight to it, I make sure I get there before I leave the store. So I use cards in my journals, and a lot of times I'll use them as pockets. I may just glue down, two edges like this and use it as a slip pocket. But these are all blank cards, and they have the illustrator, and I cannot pronounce that name. Maybe it's better here. Cornacchio. The illustrator on the back, and it tells what the bird is. I love birds. So when I saw these, they had several of each, but I thought, I'm just going to get one, and at 25 cents a piece, why not? I always leave there with at least a couple dollars worth of cards. I thought I would use these for my fall into winter journal that I'm going to do. It's specifically October, November, December. And then for next year, it will be January, February, and March. So that's still sort of winter into spring. But these birds were just so pretty, so perfect for fall. And the lovely cardinals, perfect for winter. The snowy owl, just gorgeous. I love this artwork. But I thought too, maybe if I don't use it as an envelope, I can just sort of insert it with my papers when I sew them in, and I can write on these, and still have this back that has the name of it, and maybe I can, I don't know, maybe stickers or something, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I had these cards, and they were beautiful. Beautiful blue jay. We've got some spring birds. What are these? Bluebirds? Eastern bluebird. These are so pretty. And the goldfinches. Oh, I love these. And this was an oddball. And this is the great moth. And this is by an artist engraved by Mark Catsby. Ooh. Who was born in 1683. So this is kind of cool. I probably won't cut this apart to make a pocket out of. I will probably just insert this so that I can do some writing in here, and that I maintain that and keep that. So, and last thing, oh, let me grab it here. Sorry, I didn't bring it out because it's quite large. One sheet. Can you believe it? They had one sheet of this craft paper or journal paper. And, of course, I had to get it. But, 10 cents. Come on. I can afford 10 cents for a sheet of Halloween paper. And one other. If you know, you know. It's a cat ball. I do not have a cat. I do not have a dog. My little Kiki passed away 11 months ago, my little Kiki rescue poodle. But she was blind, so she wouldn't have been able to play with this anyway. But if you know what people are using this for, you know. Another quarter I spent. So all in all, at the thrift store, I spent $4 in whatever taxes was. Not much. Okay, what's next? I also bought a couple books. Thank you, Don Michelle, for introducing me to dice with tarot. And thank you, Don Michelle and Lisa, for coming up with the dice using dice with the tarot and expanding. I'm getting my words all wrong here because I didn't write them down. So, I forgot. Anyway, I'm very thrilled with that. I started going through. I have Kindle Unlimited, so I can get a lot of books, as many books as I want to read on there. Yes, it does cost. I think it's $12 a month or something, but I read a lot. I started looking for dice divination in the Kindle Unlimited, but when you do that, some other things pop up. And this one, Elemental Divination, a Dice Oracle book, popped up. Let me just move things. Now, I'm going to do a separate video just on this because I find it fascinating and interesting and exciting, and I really want to get into this. So I'm going to leave this alone at the moment. Now, I haven't seen this on anyone else's channel, but then again, I didn't go looking for it. It just popped up, like I said, when I was looking at through Kindle Unlimited, and I thought I would try it. But I've already started marking some pages in here, and it sounds really cool, and can't wait to get into this. And of course, I had to get the dice to go with it. These dice are dedicated just to oracle reading. Okay. The next one is the Inner Tarot. And I saw this. It's by Kate Van Horn. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I did see this on someone's channel, but I'm so sorry. I don't remember whose channel I saw it on. It was a few months ago, but when I did see it, I right away went to Amazon and put it in my buy later list because I wanted to come back to this. So I just got it, and I flipped through it. I read a few pages. I like the way she presents each card in here. And since I'm very, very much an intuitive reader, this book really grabbed my attention. So she tells a little bit about herself, tarot as ritual, the usual stuff about how tarot originated, what it was used for, etc. It tells about 78 cards, the general spiel that every tarot book gives you. This one has numerology. It has practice, rituals, routine, and preparing. It has in support. It has in shadow. So it's going to give you reversals. And then this is the part that I was the most interested in right here, part 2. And this is in my body, the Suit of Pentacles; in my emotions, the Suit of Cups; in my voice, the Suit of Swords; in my purpose, the Suit of Wands; and in my story, the Major Arcana. That's what I wanted to get into. So I just opened this up here, and we have the Six of Cups in my emotions, and I'm just going to read this to you. Seek to hear the voices of your ancestors. Explore the night sky to find them. Gaze in wonder at their radiance. Call out to them and hear the resounding echoes that follow. Pull from the voices of those not here to speak for themselves. Heal on behalf of your lifetimes before. I love this. This little introduction to each card, it appeals to me. It appeals to me, and it draws me in. And it also gives me something else to think of. You think of the Six of Cups as nostalgia and childhood and memories. But here, it gives you something else to think about. Pull from the voices of those not here to speak for themselves. Heal on behalf of your lifetimes before. I can't wait to dive into this because it might just add a completely different layer to the way I read cards. I've said before, I started reading in the 70s, then I had off and on periods and stuff like a lot of people have when we've been reading over a long time. But there, I'm always up to learning new things. It wouldn't be a Sagittarius if I wasn't learning new things all the time, things that grab me and interest me, and taking my understanding and what I already know, taking it even farther, proceeding more and more. The more I learn, the better. I love it. So I can't wait to dive into this book. It just looks cool. And maybe after I've worked with it a little bit, read through it some, I may come back and do a little more intensive video about it. The other book I got, not really a book. Sorry, let me stand up and make sure I'm in frame here because I didn't put anything out to keep me in frame. So it's Boho Dreams. It's a sticker book, and of course it's right up my alley. Love the colors, love the soft sweetness of this, and some of these pictures remind me of the Earth Woman Tarot that I have. And I thought, that would be nice. I could use some of these stickers when I work with the Earth Woman Tarot in journal and stuff, and that would be real pretty. But I had to get the sticker book. Just all kinds of pretty pictures. Sorry, I'm saying pretty way too much, but they've got beachy themes. Yeah, see, like these remind me of the Earth Woman Tarot. Gardening, mushrooms, just some food, just pretty. Geez, there I go with the pretty again. Sorry. Animals. I just like this book, so I had to get this to use in my journals as well. Okay, something else. Sorry, reaching for it. I've been reading with playing cards and adding them to spreads as clarifiers or just, another layer. And I was just looking at some playing cards online, and I saw this deck, and it grabbed me. So I had to get it. It's Ridley's Dog Lovers 54 illustrated playing cards. And I thought I could use it not only numerically, but I could use it energetically. As in, what's the energy for today? What energy do I need to have in this situation? Or how am I feeling today? Cute backs on these. If you can see them, it's got the little pups all around and little paw prints, little bones, little chew toys, balls, just adorable back. But when I started flipping through this deck, I found my two heart dogs. And this was my Kiki, little white rescue poodle, who passed away 11 months ago. And I miss her beyond words. And as I continued to flip, I came across Phoebe, my corgi that I lost about 12 years ago, 11 or 12 years ago. And when they say spirited, yes. And a big dog on short legs, abso-freaking-lutely. When I had Phoebe, I also had 5 other dogs. I had her brother, Rocky. I had 2 standard poodles. I had a toy poodle and a Yorkie, all males. And let me tell you, little Miss Spirited Attitude, she kept them all in line. And she was the most loving dog. when I saw these two as the queens, this deck was meant to be with me. You know, it just was. But it has all these other dogs, and it gives you a little information about them. Traditionally a hunting breed, lively and playful with a tail wagging nature, and that's the working Cocker Spaniel. Has Bloodhound, Border Terrier, Dachshund, Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. I had one of those. A Westie, a Bichon, Irish Setter, Boxer, Springer, English Bulldog, Pug, Greyhound. A friend of mine rescues Greyhound. And just a little side note, he was the prime, I don't want to say instigator, that's not the right word. He was the prime opponent of Greyhound racing in Florida, and eventually, after several years, got it shut down because of the abuse. And he and his wife rescue greyhounds, and beautiful greyhounds. So, and they are true, slender and graceful, calm and quiet. They are definitely not a dog you want to buy to protect the home. Anyway, Shih Tzus, Papillons, Chi-Chis, Roddy. My best friend has a Roddy. I call him the goober. He's a goober. Afghans. She also has a Doberman. Akitas, Russell, Chow, Labradoodle. I think this might be the only mixed dog in here. And, well, we all know Staffordshire Bull Terriers, you know. A little pitty, strong companion that loves rigorous exercise. And I used to have a golden named Bailey. A lurcher. This, when I shuffled the deck the first time and I pulled a card, this was the first card that popped out, and I immediately thought of Candy from Candy Soul and Soil, who has her two lurchers. I think they're Rufus and Luna, and I'm always watching them. You know, I love the dogs. So that one popped out at me, telling me that I needed to get up off my butt and do some exercise. Weimaraner, Pointer, Bernese. Anyway, you get the drift. There's a lot of dogs in here, and who knows, maybe I used to have an Alaskan Malamute when I lived in New York. Her name was Sasha. And there's my little Yorkie Jackson. I fell in love with this deck, so I had to buy it. This particular company, Ridley's, they also have a cat lovers, and I miss my kitties. There were a few of them that I had, and I've had a lot of cats over my life. I used to have 20 barn cats because people would drive at the end of my mile-long dirt road because I was surrounded by woods, and they would drop their pregnant cats off, and I would end up with all these cats. But I want to get the I want to get the cat deck as well. And I think it's a good connection, you know, I want to check in with my Rainbow Bridge kids, then I can do that. I can do that using these cards as well. So I can get energies, I can see how they're doing. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Ridley's comes out with a Horse Lovers, because I think that would be an amazing deck too. Okay, what else? Oh, I also bought these pretty gold glitter dice. You know, I really should put things away before I move on to the next thing. Sorry about that. Gold glitter dice. They're pretty. Don Michelle, you've created a monster here. But I really like them, and since a lot of my decks have yellows and golds in them, I thought they would go with quite a few. But if I'm being honest, I bought them specifically to go with this deck. This deck, the Pulp Girls Tarot, has just consumed me. I love the colors in this deck. I Love everything about this deck. It's just stinking adorable to me. And I thought, well, it's got a lot of gold in it, so will these work? I think so. I think they go quite nicely. So I think that's it. That's all of my little mini haul here of goodies. If you've got anything really cool in to your space lately, let me know. Tell me what you think. And also, if you've got some cool dice to share, please share some dice with me. I would love to check them out. I think that's all for this video. I thank you for spending just a little bit of time with me today. I know everybody has limited time, and when you stop by and share a few of your moments with me, I appreciate that. I really, really do. Till my next video, I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love. Bye-bye.